Fellow graduates of 2025, I could tell you that you will forever remember this as the year you first stepped into that great big world. But I think we all know this isn't that kind of commencement. In some shape or form, we have all been in that big world for a while now, though it might look smaller than we imagined from our tiny cubicles or even just an old dining table fashioned into a desk. But we were all drawn to Champlain because we knew that there was more we could do, or to find out what to do, or because the only thing we have is a why to do that might look a lot like your why for everything. Maybe they're sitting in this room right now. But purpose comes to everyone differently. I remember watching people around me find a passion early on that led to a degree and then a career, each step logical and in sync, like clockwork. Cinderella stories, I called them. As for me, I felt a little more like Alice. Giving up on the fairy tale of what made sense for me, I found a spot for myself that looked as good as any to start digging and hope for a Wonderland. So I shouldn't have been surprised to find myself a few years ago hard-launched into that big world. I was in a completely foreign city, over 1,000 miles away from home, working in something a bit short of the dream job of most English majors like myself, selling grass. Yes, I was selling lawn care. And don't you doubt that I tried my hardest to connect the literary musings of Henry David Thoreau to the importance of aerating your lawn every year. I know, desperate. But as silly as that might seem of me, I think Thoreau could have appreciated the idea of every now and then pulling out cores of soil and doing a rehaul on the very ground that we stand on so that it can better absorb the light, water, and nutrients it needs. Because that world has a way of compacting our soil, pressing us down with rejection, fear, and the weight of who we think we're supposed to be. And when that happens, we struggle to take in the light, and our darkest doubts take root. But wherever we were before this, we each eventually found Champlain, where suddenly what we haven't done before isn't an excuse for not being able to do it now. Our faculty planted us in places we thought we had no business being in. And yet, little by little, those challenges helped us envision where we might fit in the world. Make supply chain calls overseas amidst political crises, navigate the FDA through a product launch for a portable water analyzer, reduce the maternal mortality rate in rural India. I could go on about the case studies we deliberated on as leaders, risk mitigators, and stewards of integrity against the backdrop of the real world. I'm sure each of my fellow graduates could do the same. Because we weren't just reading about the answers. We threw a line out and reeled in a connection to real-world solutions so that that elusive enigma that is leadership could feel a little less mystifying and a little more tangible than it had before our time at Champlain. It's remarkable how the brilliance of my peers, the warmth of their encouragement to each other, and everything that we have learned has all transcended space and time, planting seeds from this experience that will reap benefits for the rest of our lives. So both our faculty and our classmates helped us view ourselves as capable in all kinds of scenarios. And that matters a lot because if it's been a while since someone has asked you to give everything you've got, you start doubting what you even have to give. And that's what compacted my soil the most in my darkest moments. When I forgot if I could do more than talk about lawn care, or if I could do anything that brought my life meaning. And then in class, while learning about the power of appreciative inquiry. One of my peers made a post that basically said, I know this isn't really on topic, but what is the point of any of it? He had just experienced something tough that had him questioning his own free will. His soil was packed. His spirit stifled. My peer's question led us to talk about faith and purpose. And it reminded me that we live in a world that preys off of perpetuating our passivity. With every task, we can choose if it'll be done by us or a bot. And sometimes, dangerously enough, we can choose not to choose, letting our media content plunge us deeper and deeper into our own holes and perceptions. Being Champlain Ready means that we have learned how technology has greatly aided some aspects of human life, while also completely bulldozing through others. And we need to be able to tell the difference. To be responsible members of a tech-driven world, managing the weighted responsibility and privilege of being decision makers that impact our economy, rather than just getting by as mindless drones, getting played to the tune of whatever the algorithm writes for us. There are roles that we play in this world that are irreplaceable. But if we're on autopilot, we may forget what they are completely. We often need reminders to catch ourselves from losing sight of the point of it all. A breath of light, a sifting through the soil, to remember what rooted us here in the first place, and to take a peek at what has already been quietly growing all along. When we work hard, we often disassociate ourselves from the work that we've been doing. Until you've been like me, looking back on the first 25-page report I wrote in this program, where I wrote so fervently about a topic that I was always passionate about but never felt qualified in, and catching myself reading it back and thinking, wait, that was me? But I just sell grass. I hope that you reconcile that dissonance with frequent reflection, and that you keep doing things that catch you off guard, that uncover your greatness. And let's take a moment to thank the people that have supported us through this program, because when it comes to pursuing education while the rest of your world keeps spinning, it truly takes a village. And to those people that can't be with you anymore, but look like your roots and everything you stem from and are the first reason that you even got this far in the first place, I hope that today especially, you feel all of their light. I hope that you are proud of the work that you've accomplished in this degree and everything that you've done outside of it at the same time. Whatever ground you'll shake in that big world, I hope you'll keep aerating as you go. Thank you.